woman sting.
He was the most graceful heavyweight since James J. Corbett, and the biggest mouth since John L. Sullivan.
Is it over yet? Y'all got my damn check?
Joe Frazier shall see this all night.
It was a
Rough, tough Joe Frazier fought a whole lot better than he sang.
first round knockout, and he was out until the count of 10.
It would be the most widely reported battle in the Philippines since World War II. Ali versus Frazier for the third time.
My poem goes like this. It will be a killer and a chiller and a thriller when I get the gorilla in Manila.
It had to be a thriller with the drama, being in a new country, being in a different place.
Angelo Dundee was Ali's manager.
I mean, heck, you realize the era we went through where we were televising back into the States from England, we're all over the place, Scotland, Manila, Kuala Lumpur. Muhammad created that.
For once, the product matched the hype. The hype produced 25,000 eyewitnesses and some 700 million TV and closed-circuit viewers in more than 60 countries. What they would see was two great champions struggling toward glory.
All right, gentlemen, what do you think of the fight? Well, I think
Don Dunphy was at ringside.
Anybody who climbs into the ring has a certain amount of courage, but some have more courage than others. I don't think anybody had more courage than Ali and Joe Frazier.
The challenger and former heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier. From Louisville, Kentucky, USA, the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali.
He gonna see a new Joe Frazier.
Like an astronaut, when the last 10-second countdown comes and the rockets blast off, I'll be in orbit. You don't back up, you don't throw a left jab, you don't duck, you just take punches and keep coming and try to block them. He's a robot.
It got tougher. It didn't get easier. It was the survival of the fittest.
There's the corner of Ali as he leads the cheering. Ali leading his own cheering.
Frazier's manager was Eddie Futch.
We had a fight plan where Frazier was to remain in his crouch, bobbing and weaving, stay low, and back Ali into the ropes and use a body attack, and it was very effective.
I was surprised Joe had so much stamina. I was surprised as in shape he was. And if I didn't have the condition, I know I would have lost. There was too much pressure.
Angelo, he prevailed upon Ali to come out for the 11th. I don't think he would have if Angelo hadn't been there. So about midway of the 11th round, Frazier's left eye started to puff. Frazier never cut in all the years I was with him until the very last fight of his career.
You know, in the 11th round, Muhammad came back to the corner. I figured the ball game was over because he was doing a Leon and Errol coming back to the corner. It looked like everything was out of him. Ice on his back, rub him up, get his arms going. And, well, I said, well, we're going to separate the men from the boys now, Muhammad, because that was the 11th round. It was a tough, tough round. And I don't know where the guy would take it out from. He had that inner something where he suck it up.
The 13th round, he had Joe with a right hand that knocked his mouthpiece 6 rows back into the audience. The eye became a slit.
13 grueling rounds. This was a battle of attrition, and they're coming up to the 14th, and then they must wonder if it will ever end. Neither one of them had taken punishment like that before or ever would again.
Now the eye is almost completely shut. You can't see those punches at all. He has to stand up and back out, which is right in Ali's range, instead of being down low and in close. Now he was at Ali's mercy, and he was throwing those hard right hands Frazier didn't even see coming. If you don't see the punches coming, you can't block them or duck them or slip them. He was taking those shots so solidly. That's it now. This is the 14th round of a hard fight, and your resistance is, is getting lower and lower anyhow. I made the definite decision. In the last minute of the 14th round, I says, this fight is over. It's over, Joe.
Well, this was not easy for Eddie Futch, believe me, because not only was he the manager-trainer of Joe Frazier, he was also a good friend. He was like his father. Now, Futch was unusual. Here we have millions at stake. He could have allowed that man to come out in the 15th round and perhaps pull the fight out with one desperation punch, because he still could punch.
I couldn't see letting him take a chance on being hurt seriously or permanently or killed.
Joe Frazier made $2 million in gallant defeat. Ali, the winner and still champion, made $4.5 million. Easy money.
Ali was a millionaire and a hero. But if he lived in Boston or Louisville, his children in that same autumn would have been caught in a violence that had nothing to do with sport. Come back to the fall of 1975, to the inner city struggle against racism.